The silence is the first thing you would notice. In the great northern forests, where life once thrived, a deep quiet has fallen. The trees stand skeletal against a gray sky, their leaves withered and gone. No birds sing, no squirrels chatter. The air carries only the scent of decay. This is a world after the bombs, a nuclear winter where life has stopped. The sun is a pale ghost, its warmth blocked by a shroud of soot and dust. Out in the oceans, death reigns. Vast stretches have become dead zones, their surfaces eerily calm. Coral reefs are now bone-white graveyards. The fish and whales are gone, their songs and colors, just memories. The ocean is silent, its web of life torn apart. This planetary stillness is not natural, it is the result of human conflict. Fires from 100 cities have thrown black smoke into the atmosphere, encircling the globe in darkness. This shroud blocks the sun, starves the plants, and freezes the land. The initial blasts were horrific, but the true devastation is slow and relentless, spreading across every continent and ocean. What we are witnessing is not just the end of civilization, but an assault on the fabric of life itself. The cold, the dark, and the silence are the hallmarks of a world pushed past its breaking point. This is the Great Silence, a planet holding its breath, perhaps for the last time. The darkness is relentless. On the great plains and forests, the sun is a memory. The sky remains a uniform, gloomy gray. Sunlight is reduced to a faint glow, barely enough for shadows. Photosynthesis grinds to a halt. Plants wither and die on a massive scale. Grasslands turn brown, forests shed their leaves, and the food chain collapses. Herbivores like deer and bison starve, their numbers dwindling rapidly. The silence is broken only by the desperate cries of the hungry. Predators soon follow with nothing left to hunt. The intricate dance between predator and prey ends, unraveling the terrestrial food web. The cold deepens. With the sun's warmth blocked, global temperatures plummet. Freezing conditions persist, killing off any species not adapted to extreme cold. Soils freeze solid, locking away nutrients and halting decomposition. The world's breadbaskets become frozen wastelands. The long night is a new ice age, delivered in weeks. A darkness from which land ecosystems may never recover. The darkness that smothers the land penetrates the sea. Sunlight fades from the upper ocean, triggering a catastrophic phytoplankton crash. These microscopic plants, the base of the oceanic food web and producers of half our oxygen, die off in vast numbers. Zooplankton starve, followed by small fish, then larger predators like tuna and cod. The great schools of fish vanish. Whales, dolphins, and seals face mass starvation. Seabird colonies fall silent as chicks starve. The ocean's intricate web of life unravels with terrifying speed. The silence of the seas is the sound of a world emptying out. Meanwhile, carbon dioxide from burning cities acidifies the water. Corals, clams, and oysters struggle to survive in increasingly corrosive seas. Existing reefs bleach and die, ensuring the collapse is not just temporary, but deeply systemic. The ocean becomes hostile to life, its recovery uncertain. Nuclear war would trigger a mass extinction event, rivaling the one that wiped out the dinosaurs. Species would vanish globally, from every branch of the tree of life. The combination of cold, darkness, and pollution would create conditions few could survive. Unlike past extinctions, this one would unfold in a few seasons. Life would have no time to adapt. Endangered species would be the first to go, but even common ones would be pushed to the edge. The collapse of plant life leads to starvation up the food chain. In the oceans, the loss of phytoplankton wipes out entire webs. Keystone species disappear, unraveling entire ecosystems. The loss is permanent, millions of years of evolution erased. Only the hardiest generalists might survive, leaving a biologically impoverished world. A nuclear war would be the ultimate act of vandalism against the legacy of life on Earth. The devastation extends beyond blast and radiation. Destroyed cities unleash a toxic tide of chemicals, poisoning land, air, and water. Factories and refineries vaporize, releasing asbestos, heavy metals, and synthetic toxins. Chemical fallout contaminates soil and water, persisting for decades or centuries. Surviving organisms accumulate poisons, risking death with every meal. The air becomes hazardous, filled with photochemical smog and ground-level ozone. Breathing is dangerous. The sky carries a poisonous burden. Pollution creates a hostile environment for recovery. Even if sunlight returns, poisoned ground inhibits regrowth. The chemical legacy ensures the planet remains damaged long after the fires are gone. Soot from nuclear firestorms destroys the ozone layer, our shield against ultraviolet radiation. As the soot clears, sunlight returns, now dangerously intense and rich in UVB. Plants that survived the cold now face being scorched by unfiltered sun. High UVB damages plant DNA, stunts growth, and burns leaves. Crops fail, forests struggle to recover. Animals suffer blindness, burns, and cancers from relentless UV rays. The world becomes one of the blind and the burned. Increased UVB causes genetic mutations, cancers, and birth defects in all surviving life. The blueprint of life is corrupted, destabilizing populations. The scars of nuclear war are written into the DNA of whatever endures. Even if humanity vanished, recovery from nuclear war would be agonizingly slow. The planet would not bounce back once the smoke cleared. The damage is too deep. Forests would take centuries, if not millennia, to return, if they ever do. Soil sterilized by cold, and toxins would require geological time to heal. Only the hardiest pioneer species could survive for centuries. The loss of biodiversity would be permanent. Extinction is forever. Evolution might eventually fill empty niches, but over millions of years. The climate could swing from deep freeze to runaway warming, creating chaos for millennia. The stable seasons that allowed civilization would be gone. Recovery would be a long, painful journey into a fundamentally broken world. A nuclear war is not just a conflict between nations, it is a war against the planet itself. The environmental consequences are not side effects, they are the primary outcome. The target is not just cities, but the global climate, biosphere, and future of life. Nuclear war would kill not just people, but the very possibility of a world worth living in. Ecosystems that provide air, water, and food would unravel. Survivors would inherit a toxic, empty shell, not a victorious nation. No one can win such a conflict. The collapse would be global. The idea of a limited nuclear war is a fantasy. Once planetary systems unravel, they cannot be contained. The battlefield is Earth, and the casualties include every living thing. Preventing nuclear war is the most important ecological issue of our time. All efforts for a sustainable future are meaningless if that future can be erased in an instant. Nuclear war would be the final chapter, a self-inflicted end to the story of life on Earth.